Mohun Bagan finally beats Mumbai City FC to win its maiden ISL League Winners' Shield. It's celebration time for the people back in Kolkata, for one part of Kolkata, which is turning green and maroon at the moment. I have with me Aneesh, and we were following the game as it happened. What a season and what a league phase we've had at our hands this time, Aneesh.
Yeah, I mean, it's a brilliant season, and I think, as far as I know, the League Shield race has boiled down to the last day for the first time in ISL history since the concept was introduced. And as we have seen that with both Mohun Bagan and Mumbai City, they have had a change in coach mid-season. One was again very sudden, and one wasn't. But still, mid-season change in at the helm is never an easy thing to deal with, because a new coach comes with his new set of ideals. But I think, given the circumstances, I think this is the reason why the title race, the shield race rather, went so close, and both teams did very well given the situation.
Yeah, I think the conditions in which both the teams had their coaches changed were very different. I think Buckingham left for England, whereas Juan Fernando was sacked by Mohun Bagan. Antonio Habas, who has won the ISL, it's something that he has done over and over again with Atletico de Calcutta initially, and this Kolkata-based outfit, when he brought Habas in, who was previously on a directorial role at the club. He used his skill to turn the way the club approaches its players. Especially, I think Anish would also agree the kind of players that Mohun Bagan had signed earlier in the season. Do you think that made a difference?
Yeah. So you spoke about the style of play. The main crux is that under Juan Ferrando, the attack was good. I mean, Mohun Bagan was always been a very top heavy team, and the attack was good under Juan Ferrando. But we would see them leak goals, which ideally they should not. I think that's one of the biggest thing that improved once Habas came in. Yeah, the occasional goal did go in, but Habas, he brought a balance between attack and defense, and the transition play was much more threatening. And you can understand that the man is very adept with how Indian football goes, and the conditions, like how the temperature will be, and these things also matter, because 10 teams do tend to get tired towards the end, and with the season extending beyond usual, so these things matter, and he used his experience to the fullest, and he has won the league shield. And now
I think this is where people like Colasso and Petratos and Cummins came into play. I think Mohun Bagan's season essentially started on a very positive note, but eventually, with everything that has been happening in the club regarding the injuries which came in, Anwar Ali was injured for a period of time, and then now that the full squad is available, like we can see the kind of muscles that it can flex against Mumbai City, which also had one of their previous one of Mohun Bagan's previous defenders, Tiri, who has played with the club at one point of time, and I think the quality of this current lot has run its course to help the Mariners lift their title. Coming back to the game, I think Anish, can you tell me how did you see the first goal coming? Because I remember both of us discussing Mohun Bagan failing to launch an attack with a heavy low block of Mumbai City and an aerial shot coming. Did you see the first goal?
No, honestly, I did not, because the goal definitely came against the run-off play, I feel, and because it's not every day that you see Mohun Bagan on the back seat, especially at the Salt Lake. So Mumbai City definitely did start as the team, because Mumbai City just needed a draw. It was Mohun Bagan that had to win, but Mumbai City started on the front foot, and I feel the Mariners were under the cosh for at least the first quarter. But then we could slowly start the players getting into the rhythm, but still not to the extent where a goal would come. I think, as you were saying, we were discussing when we were watching the first half, that Colasso, especially when he wasn't getting the spaces that he usually gets against teams whose defenses are not that compact. He can make those runs behind the defense, and he can use his trickery for those cutbacks. But when he doesn't get space, he relies on his he just relies on power. and that's what he did today. Because when he wasn't getting the space, that one opening he got, he just went inside the box, cut in, and it was one of his trademark curlers. So yeah, the first goal was definitely against a run of play, and I think that was a very important part. That changed the game for Mohun Bagan because they had found the rhythm.
I think going into the other goals that happened, the one that Jason Cummins came in with, I think Antonio Habas understood that he has to seal the game, and that is when he brought in Brendan Hamill, who's really well on the in handling aerial attacks, and Jason Cummins is the final push that puts in again. Replacing rather physical Armando Sadiku. So those two changes were very important when Mohun Bagan made them after the hour mark, and I think Mumbai City's moment in the sun almost arrived in the second half when Lalianzuala Changte scored. The bright part of this game would be that two of the three goal scorers in this match were Indians. I think the Indian Super League, after 10 years of its inception, is looking at some promising forwards, and I think these people might be options for the national team to consider later on in the tournament. We'll be keeping you in track as the next stages of the Indian Super League continues. That is the playoffs, the semi-finals, and the final. So Odisha FC, Kerala Blasters, Chennai, and FC Goa will fight it out in the playoffs, whereas Mohun Bagan and Mumbai City are already into the semi-finals. It's interesting to note that East Bengal, having won the Kalinga Super Cup earlier this year, will be playing in the Asian Champions League 2, which is the second tier of the new hierarchy of Asian continental club competitions. And Mohun Bagan has also confirmed a spot in that competition. It will not need to play any playoffs. Aneesh, your take on Kolkata clubs rising now that we have even Mohammedan Sporting earning a qualification into the Indian Super League?
Yeah, I mean, not delving on any personal biases, but Kolkata has been one of the major hubs, and finally this season we have seen Kolkata clubs on the rise, because with the latest win today, as you said, Mohammedan won the I-League title and East Bengal won the Super Cup, and Mohun Bagan are the defending ISL champions. So and they became league winners today. So definitely it is a good sign for Kolkata clubs, but I feel that there should be more happening at the lower tiers as well, because of course the ISL and even the I-League get a lot of attention, but if he's someone who's been following Indian football or even the local leagues, they know that the structure of the Calcutta Football League, it's honestly dismal to say the least, because the IFA is very unorganized with structuring and everything. So for Kolkata football to prosper and for more footballers to come from the city, the process should start right from the grassroots. But if you talk about just champions at the highest level, then yeah, it's a very good season for Kolkata.
So that's a wrap from Aneesh and me on this edition of the league phase of the Indian Super League. We'll be keeping track of everything that's happening in Indian football, club as well as country, and keep following Sportstar on multimedia channels, YouTube, Spotify, as well as on our website for live blogs and updates. Thank you.